My name is Bill Beard. I'm running for Pima County Recorder. I'm a fourth generation Tucsonan. This place is in my blood. My great-grandfather came out here actually in the 1890s. This place is a part of me, and I care deeply about what happens here in Pima County. As I've pondered whether or not this was a race that was wise for me to get into, I couldn't help but remember one of the quotes from James Madison about how if men were angels, we'd have no need for government. Well, there's no such thing as a perfect human being, and the only one I've ever read about that came close died a couple thousand years ago. So the system that we've allowed ourselves to set up to govern ourselves basically is designed so that we take the possibility of those that are going to cause mischief in the system as far out of the way as possible. We have many hurdles that are set in place to prevent those things from happening. I'd like a show of hands if I could. How many of you in the last year or two have questioned whether or not your ballot on election day actually counts? Just show of hands. Okay. How many of you know someone in your life, a friend, a neighbor, an acquaintance, that would answer the question the same way? Okay. What is it about Pima County that causes so many folks to raise their hands? I'm not asking that question just to, stoke some anti-government fears. I truly believe that there's something going on in Pima County, and it's been going on for a long time, that causes so many people to say, does my vote even count? You question whether or not, once it gets stuck in the mail, if you do an early ballot, does it actually get to where it's supposed to? On election day, how many of you have stumbled across a poll worker, somebody paid by the county to handle the balloting on election day, that didn't quite know what to do, didn't know quite where to send you if you happened to show up at the wrong place? What is it about Pima County that causes so many people to do those things? A couple of facts. RTA election, the Regional Transportation Authority that we voted on about 5-6 years ago, Pima County is still in court over whether or not the balloting that occurred for that election was legitimate, 5 years after the fact. Continental School District down near Green Valley in November 2010 had an issue on the ballot, actually had 3 issues on the ballot for override that day. One of the issues lost by 2 votes. Come to find out, after the election, they were able to identify several dozen voters that did not live in the Continental School District were given ballots to vote for the Continental School District ballot override. Personal issue with me, Amphi School District election, that same day, there were 20 voters that were effectively disenfranchised because some poll workers hadn't bothered to open the box with the correct ballots in it. If you don't provide a voter with the right ballot, what are you doing to that person, their knowledge, their time that they've taken to invest in voting that day? You're basically saying as a government, it doesn't matter. Your vote doesn't count. That same day, across Pima County in 294 polling locations, after the fact, they identified 73 polling locations where poll workers gave voters the incorrect ballot. For those of you not up on math, that's 1 in 4 polling locations. Pima County deserves better. You citizens deserve better. I'm running for this particular office because I truly believe that Pima County needs a watchdog in place that actually watches out whether you're a Republican, a Democrat, an independent, Green Party, or whatever party you want to designate, is actually sitting there and saying, if you take the time to vote, I'm going to make sure your vote counts. The Arizona Constitution actually separates out responsibility for elections between the Recorder's Office and the Board of Supervisors. Like in the federal Constitution, the idea of checks and balances, one office is supposed to pay attention to what the other guy's doing. In Pima County, the folks that have been in charge, whether it's the Elections Department or in the Recorder's Office, have basically taken a hands-off approach to what goes on with election activities.